Here we go. We've got a 3.8 Carrera S engine, Gen 1. It's 2006 car, and these suffer massively with a locker sill liner. The locker sill liner is a treatment that goes on the alloy liner. People say it's because the cars are ran on idle before they're driven. They don't heat up, they're not under load, and it scores the balls or it's fuel. I don't believe it 1 minute. I think what happens is no one on service. We get cars in that are Porsche specialists done. They've been done by main dealer groups all over the country, and the problem is you don't take the bumpers out and clean the radiators, and the top of the engine gets hot. On the old 911 engines, you used to have a cooling fan on top for the air to blow through. These don't, so they get too hot on top, and it rips the locker sill liner to bits. Here's a piston out of one. Can you see how the skirt on the thrust side has chewed the liner to pieces? It's just absolutely destroyed, and that's what gives you the knock sound that you heard earlier on in a video I've put on. So there's an original piston. This one's having Vosner. These are a forged piston that's going in. Look at those PTFE coating. Stunning. Shame to hide them in the engine. Obviously, when you fit in these, calculate your thrust side, because some of the marks on these pistons that you get from the people who supply them are just a reference mark. So have a look at your thrust side. Every piston has an offset gudgeon pin. So if you've got problems with calculating the thrust side, I'll try and do a video in it, or if you ask questions, I'll always help you. But there you go. So these are Vosner pistons. If you look at when you get pistons, if you have a look, there's always camera all over the place. There's always a label. If you look at that, it's got a piston diameter of 98.95 millimeter. And if you look, it says clearance here, and you have to have a 0.05 of a mil gap. Obviously, you can increase that slightly if you run it on different fuels and you start doing nitrous. This is a standard car. This isn't going to be raced, but it's going to be a seriously good car that you could certainly put through your paces, and it's going to come back for more. So there you go. We've put the new liners in. They've been machined. They're honed out ready. This is the one side of the crankcase that's had it's all back together. It's got new cam chains on it. There's the mysterious IMS shaft everyone talks about. That's the bearing in there that goes. Got new cam chains as well on this. They're going to go in. So you do that side of the crankcase. This crankcase goes on, and the way you put your gudgeon pins in, because everyone says, how can you put them in? Because it's together. If you look on here, see that hole there? There's a special tool that goes in all the way through. So you can put your gudgeon pin in, and you tap it, and it knocks the C-clip into the gudgeon pin part of the piston. So you put them in internally and then put the bung in the end. That's how you do it. So, but there you go. So we've done we've got it all ready. We're going to build it up, and it should be good. In fact, it will be good. So there we go. That's how you do a 3.8 997 engine, and the correct way it should be done. But as you can see, it's going to be a hell of an engine when it goes back together. It's just a shame you have to hide all this. It's not on display. You've closed the bonnet and no one ever sees it again. But the car will be bulletproof, so it'll last forever. So there's the thing. So yeah, if you've got one of these and you're doing boroscope to see whether you can see the damage on the liners, before you do anything, just take your bumper off and clean your radiators out in front. Get your air conrads off, clean it all out. It's the best thing you can do. Otherwise, you start doing jobs like this. But at least this one will never have any problems ever again. So this is going to be a good car. So it's had the whole works done. Thanks for watching.
Watching it end again and again.